Well, I've got two different types of clients, okay? I've got the clients that say to me, I want to start a franchise. What do I do? Okay, well, do you have an existing business or not? If you've got an existing business, it's a lot easier because the idea is, do you replicate that business? I sell widgets or at retail. Okay, maybe we can replicate that. You can sell in the North Shore and sell in Coquitlam and sell in other places. It's always helpful if you're a franchisor to have a location first, because people can see that it works. Don't forget that with franchising, there's really, I'm going to say 4 things you should be getting. You should be getting the value of the trademark and brand of the franchisor. You should be getting know-how. That is, the franchisor should be teaching you its secret of success. If possible, you should get joint purchasing power. That is to say, you're part of a large buying group, so you're going to get product cheaper than anywhere else. And I'm going to say the 4th thing, again, I come back to the new idea. What's the new idea? Pet grooming is a new idea. Barbecued ribs is a new idea. And it's tough in the restaurant business too. What's new in the restaurant business? So in answer, the franchisors, when I'm helping franchisors, I'll draft their agreements, I'll do their disclosure documents, I'll help them through some of these things. The other kind of people that I deal with are franchisees. And franchisees will come to me and they'll say, hey, I just got this franchise agreement and I'm supposed to review it with a lawyer. So what I'll do is I'll go through the whole thing and I'll review their disclosure document, I'll review their franchise agreement, I'll sit down with them for whether it's 2 or 3 hours, and I'll meet with them and I'll say, okay, I do this for a living, this stuff is normal, this stuff is, you might want to think about talking to the franchisor about this, and on occasion, I'll look down the list and I'll say, this is absolutely crazy, why would you ever agree with it? But it's not my job to tell them to go into it and not go into it. Certainly, I find with Canadian franchisees that get American franchise agreements that have not been Canadianized, that's a bit of a problem, because sometimes there's things in these American agreements that have no applicability to Canada at all, or the Americans haven't thought through the fact that Canada's a different country. By way of example, withholdings tax. I did an article for the Globe on withholdings tax last year that you might have seen, and and when royalties are going south of the border, the Canadians got to pay the tax on it before it goes down. So does that mean you short the American? The answer actually is yeah, you short the American, but the American gets a tax credit on their tax filings with the IRS. Sophisticated franchise lawyers know this and know how to deal with this. So it's one of those things where, me helping franchisees advise them as to what's usual and what everybody else tends to live with, advising them with things like, there might be things that they could negotiate, and then advising them of what they really shouldn't be going for at all.